Oh, fellas, time to go back to school. That's a blackboard. Grades for trades. These guys have dry erase boards. And the question is, not an individual trade, but given a team, how did they handle the period of time leading up to the trade deadline and the deadline itself? Okay, we start with the Colorado
I'm nervous here, by the way, anytime testing.
Feels like a game show.
Yes.
Now, this is what the
Feels like
Avalanche
school.
did. Their notable acquisition. Soderberg, a familiar face to Avs fans. He spent 4 years there before. What grade do you give the Avs? Mike Rupp, I see him writing with the dry erase board. And the answer is?
I gave them a B+. A B+ on this because they had, this is the best team, I think, in the league. They needed some depth in certain positions, and they went out and they got it. And they solidified those areas. The biggest one was they had to do something in net. I actually would have liked to see maybe do something bigger in net, but they got a big guy in net here and a very well-experienced one in Devin Dubnyk. I'm just concerned because his game hasn't really been up to snub for a while now. So if you can get it there, though, I really like these moves that they made.
Save percentage under 900 this year. Billy Lindsay, you are up. Colorado Avalanche, what grade do you give them?
I'll give them an A. They're straight up, just because they're an A. What more can you do with Colorado?
They didn't need to do much.
They're
right?
A, so this is just a rocket taking off. This is just jet fuel down here. So it's a rocket to the top. There's the Colorado Avalanche. So I just wanted to draw the rocket because that's Nathan MacKinnon and the whole team.
Damn,
so the redirection, you get a goaltender down here, and you get a centerman, Soderberg, that's familiar with the team, and
next stop's the moon.
Yeah,
next stop's the moon. Where
we go.
The best team in the league. The grades, the trades, it wasn't tough. You just needed basically the backup goaltender, adding an extra piece to the puzzle, a veteran like Soderberg, but they're so deep at every position, and it just makes them a little bit deeper, and Dubnyk's a veteran goaltender, and to me, they can win a Stanley Cup with average goaltending. They're that good.
We'll clip that off. That's a memorable statement right there. Next up, the Boston Bruins. Taylor Hall, one of the most celebrated available players on everyone's list. Curtis Lazar, Mike Riley, also part of the Hall. As we look at Mike Rupp, he's thinking. This is like Final Jeopardy with you, Rupper. It's not immediate.
No, it's not. You know, and we already had to put what we wagered, so that's the part.
Ken Jennings, but he's 6'6".
Why don't you go with Billy? You want to go Billy first?
Yeah, Billy, go ahead. Billy.
I'll go C+.
Oh.
C+.
Explain.
The potential's there for a better grade. The essay was written, and it's okay, but it depends on the return in Taylor Hall. What does he do in the playoffs? So it could have been a better grade, but it's still up in the air. And it all depends on the players. This grade could turn into an A if Taylor Hall gets into the playoffs, and he's really good into the playoffs. They needed depth on the blue line. They added some depth, but it's nothing extraordinary as far as pop your eyes out. The one deal is Taylor Hall, and it's a question mark because of the way that he's played this year and the inconsistencies. Going back to his MVP year, does not look quite the same. So it's C+, pending. It's a pending grade for the Boston Bruins, even though you could have read a B for Boston, but it's a there you go.
There we go.
Look at
read my mind right there.
It's on top.
That's what I went with because I don't know any other letter you should give them than the spoked B. But I'm going to give him a B because you know what? The one thing I actually really like about this, I think there was one team, not to have any play on words here, but there's one team that was tailor-made for Taylor Hall. That's the Boston Bruins because they needed, even if Taylor Hall is just good, if he's not even above being good, above average for him, that's an upgrade from what they had. They need secondary scoring, and they need a second line. The one thing that I think is a tipping point for me in this, I think Riley's a really nice one to help them in the time being because they're so banged up on D. But the other one is Curtis Lazar. Curtis Lazar is one that I think adding him to the depth, the bottom six. Remember on their cup run against St. Louis Blues, what was it, Corrali,
Charlie Coyle.
Wagner. Well, they had like depth. They had a fourth line, and you know sometimes it was their third line, and
identity
they played more minutes. Yeah, and they had that. I think Lazar adds that to this group. Because their fourth line hasn't been good this year, and I think it could start being a difference maker.
Noel Acciari was part of that fourth line, too. I like where your head's at. That Boston team was so deep, so much fun to watch. Next up, a team that desperately wants this to be the year. You have that feeling about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and here are a whole lot of faces. This is a trade deadline's worth of work. Nick Foligno jumps right off the screen. The captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets, a guy with so much character. You can't hear a bad word said about that man anywhere in the world of hockey. Mike Rupp, wasting no time. He's got the answer right there.
All right, I'm going A+ on this one for the Leafs, and the reason why is because if there was ever a year in the existence of the Toronto Maple Leafs to go for it, when they're not in a division in recent history with the Boston Bruins, the Columbus Blue Jackets, or really any team in the Eastern Conference or the Atlantic or in this side of the standings, it's now. You go for this push now because it's wide open here. They're the best team by far, I think, on paper. The only problem is Sheldon Keefe's going to have, there's a lot of NHL caliber players on this roster. It's about finding out how they mix and making sure they mix in here with not too many games left.
Chemistry.
Yes. So they did good.
Billy Lindsay.
Uh-oh.
Going for it, A+.
They are going
They are going for it. So you lay it out there, and you have to get up some draft picks down the future. So all these grades can change. That's what you have to pay attention to. Because, too, if you lose and all of a sudden the trades don't work out, and the trades, the aspects and the draft picks that you give up might come back to bite you. But Nick Foligno, that's so deep and consistent, and the team lacked grit. And all of a sudden they got Simmons in the summertime. He brings grit to the table. Spezza in a fourth-line role has been really good. And Thornton, the veteran, this is a team that's really good off the rush. And I explained it the other day, much like Tampa Bay when they went really good during the regular season, then got swept by Columbus. They were a rush team and just destroyed you, but just didn't have that strong forecheck to continue after it. Toronto is a team that's been better at the forecheck, but the rush game's always there. They're going to be able to exploit you off the rush. But now a player like Nick Foligno, you put him on that second line, he's going to go in, dig pucks out, and then Tavares and Nylander are going to have space. And you get a player like Hyman that plays up there with Matthews and Marner. He's a player that can go down in the corners, work, and you can start those cycle plays and get your defensemen involved. This allows this team to spend a lot more time in the offensive zone. And you can put teams back on your heels, like the Colorado Avalanche. The more time you spend in the offensive zone, the more pressure you keep on your opponent, the tougher it becomes. So you can do it, too, through good defense. But if you rely just off going off the rush and doing that, and you don't spend a lot of time, sometimes you can get trapped in your own end. Yep. So Foligno's even better defensively and provides that defensive structure, leadership in the locker room. I like the trade, and it's a going-for-it trade. Let's go after it and try and win the Stanley Cup.
All right, next team. The Islanders. Butch Goring not pictured, but he is still, to this day, the gold standard of trade deadline acquisitions. He comes over, they win 4 straight cups, 19 straight series. What do you think of the 2021 edition of the, what in the Rupper?
Right there. I've got it right there in LL. Lou Lamoriello plus.
Oh, yes.
It's actually a step higher than an A. So this is the LL plus, the double L plus, and I'm going to go with that because this is casted. This is perfect casting for the New York Islanders. Of all the players, and I've been screaming this for weeks, Tone, of all the players available at trade deadline time, Kyle Palmieri was the sure shot that would work out for your team. Why is that? Because, yes, and when you start looking back the last 5 years, I think we don't realize how high he is in league scoring as far as goals scored in the last 5 years. I mean, he's up there with some of the likes of Ovechkin, Matthews. I mean, he's up there with those types of names. So he can score, but he can also contribute when he's not scoring, and he can contribute all through your lines. He can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's familiarity with Travis Zajac. He's a guy that he'll take whatever you give him here. He's on this for a cup run. Braden Coburn going out and getting a veteran guy who just won a cup last year in Tampa. I love the moves that Lou Lamoriello and the New York Islanders made, and so far that was the best one. That's why they got the double L plus.
I like that it's higher than an A plus. What do you got there, Billy?
I'm just going to go. This is just it. It's just it's just solid. It's just a solid. I can't give it a grade.
Just solid.
But it's just solid.
Yeah. Aren't those trades perfect for what they are?
Yes, it's just solid. You look at players and what this team does, and you come in and Lou Lamoriello is going to look at players that can fit into the dressing room and that are good team players. And Palmieri and Sajak have been at it a long time, and it's consistency. And what does Barry Trotz preach? Consistency. What does Lou Lamoriello preach? Consistency. Play the same way every single night. Go out there with determination. Play within our structure. Play within our framework. Sajak's been at it a long time, and Palmieri, and Lamoriello's familiar with him. Yeah. He knows what he's getting. He knows what he's getting in those two players. Well, so he's seen them play forever, so he knows exactly where he's getting and where he's going to put them in the lineup and what they can bring. So it's not unknown to him at all. He's 100% certain of what he knows exactly what he's getting. So it's just a solid acquisition for the Islanders.
I was able to interview Lou Lamoriello actually yesterday and asked him about, because it was funny, I was trying to make a joke about, oh, geez, Lou, we are complimenting you, Lou. I promise. Thank you. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. So, anyways,
he's a powerful man.
He's a powerful man. That's how you can make these moves. And I was joking around about Kyle Palmieri shaving his beard because it went from no beard. And I said, you know, have you ever had to tell a guy to shave his beard, whatever? And he said this thing, and he just makes you want to go through a wall. He said, you know what, Michael? They're going to come in here. They know that. I don't have to say anything. They're going to shave their beard. They want to grow that beard. It's like going to war. You can grow the beard. Once those playoffs start, all you guys grow it together and dig in because you're going to go for, like, I'm paraphrasing, you're going to go on this long run together. And I'm like, whoa, my hair on my arms are standing.
Nice.
So I think this team will go on a long run.
3 times Lou Lamoriello has tasted from the Stanley Cup. The man knows what he's doing. School's out, fellas. Nicely done.
All right, good.